Good morning, Team Go-Getter. It is Friday. It is Good Friday, so that means it's going to be a great Friday. So, really quick before I run out the door and start my day, I want to share with you guys a way that I have been able to keep organized with my clients and my coaches and following up and things like that. And to be honest with you, this is something kind of new for me. It was something that I've struggled with in this business. The busier I've gotten, the more I've struggled with trying to keep up with everything. And I primarily relied on a calendar. Before, I would set reminders on my phone for me, and I would set a schedule where on Mondays I would follow up with people whose last names were A through G, Tuesday would be, so on and so forth. So I quickly realized that it was not an efficient way because I would follow up with people, but then I wasn't writing anything down. I wasn't exactly tracking like I should have been tracking and needed to be tracking. I would kind of keep a mental note, and then whenever I'd go and follow up with them again, I would just kind of revert back to the previous message. But that wasn't really an efficient way of doing things. The other thing I realized in doing that was that not everybody is in the same stage in their nutrition plan. So the ideal way of keeping up with somebody is to follow a 1 to 21 day schedule. And there's certain questions that you ask at certain points in their nutrition plan if they're brand new. And then, of course, the more experience they get, you can go down to just checking with them, maybe once or twice a month. Obviously we've got the active groups now, so we post a lot of information in there, but how do we know how many people are actually seeing that and who it's reaching, is who is actually following the information that's being put in there? So a lot of the other colleagues that I've seen in our other coaches group, they keep a paper calendar. They talk quite frequently about how just go to the dollar store and get a paper calendar and on every day write who you're supposed to follow up with that day. Well, that's great too for keeping it organized as far as, what day to follow up with who, but I kind of took it a step further. I wanted a little bit more information. I didn't want just a calendar. I wanted to actually have a tracking sheet for each person. And I've recently started doing the wellness profiles. It's something that my coach had been telling me to do all along, but it was just something I wasn't familiar with, and honestly, I wasn't comfortable doing it. So I didn't really keep the wellness profiles. But now, as I'm growing and I've got even more and more customers and more coaches signing up, I had to find a way to get organized. So when I went to DC last month for training, they actually brought this up. We actually talked a lot about following up with people, building relationships, letting these people, whether they're your coaches or your clients, know that they are gold, okay? Treat them like gold. Build relationships with them. Don't just follow up with them on their nutrition plans, but follow up with them on their day-to-day lives, because that's how you're going to end up with longevity and loyal customers, is because you genuinely care about them as a person, not just as a customer. And let's face it, probably 90% of my customers are people that were my friends and family before I ever started Herbalife, which means I don't want to do anything to tarnish our relationship, and I don't look at people as dollar signs. I legitimately don't, and I say that every time I get up on stage and tell my story. I don't look at people as dollar signs. I look at people as people. I still care about you as a person and what's going on in your life. If your kid's sick, I'm going to, let you know that I'm going to pray for you to feel better and hope you get through this. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. Anything like that. If your kid gets an award at school, I'm going to comment on that. We're still friends. We're still family. And then hopefully through mentoring you as a client and a coach as well, we're actually going to build an even stronger relationship. And that means that person's going to get even better results. So really quick, because I've got to get running out the door, start my day, get the kids off to school and all that jazz. I want to show you what I ended up doing. I went to Target and I bought this, handy dandy little plastic file folder system, and I chose my favorite color, Herba Green. And I have a friend that makes the Herbalife stickers, the ones that I have in my car, and I kind of have these little smaller ones in random places. So I stuck a sticker on there. All right, I'm going to try to do this one-handed here. So what I've done inside is, you can see I have the tabs that have all of the months, right? Within each month, and I might actually have to just take this out a little bit. Within each month, I have more files, and each number coordinates with the day of the month. So for instance, right now, we're in April. So I'm just going to pull out April's really fast. Sorry about the laundry basket. You know, we work from home, so we work from anywhere. All right, so April 1st has come and gone. Okay, April 2nd. I followed up with some clients last night, and the people that I hadn't actually heard back from yet, I'm going to keep them in April 2nd until I actually hear back from them and update their tracking sheet, and then I'll move it to the following day. So for instance, I had, which actually she followed up with me this morning, so I can now move her back. So what I've done is I printed out the wellness profile sheet, which you can find in Team Rockstar Coaches group, and it's actually also on yourmyherbalife.com in business development tab, and it's under, I believe, business essentials, and you can search for wellness profile in there and save it to your computer and print it out whenever you need it. There's actually 2 pages to this. I just have the one for right now because the other one I send to the customers and ask them to fill it out when they're having struggles. So the reason why this says Ev's client is because my sister is a brand new coach with Herbalife. She's already got herself a client, but she's still in training. And so until my sister becomes proficient in her coaching, I am kind of helping her out with this particular client. This client was kind of all in at the very beginning. She ordered ultimate kits for her and her husband, and they're doing the Prolessa challenge. We certainly want to keep these guys on track. So while my sister is still in training, I am actually helping her with this client. And that goes for any of you. If you guys are brand new coaches in this and you're not really sure what to do and what to start, I do not mind whatsoever taking, you know, the reins for a little bit until you become a little bit more comfortable. That doesn't mean I'm going to do all the work now, let me just be clear, but it means I will help you keep track, and I might send you a reminder, hey, so-and-so, your client signed up on such and such date. It's time for you to do their day 3 follow-up. So refer to your follow-up questions and go ahead and follow up with that client, and, you know, let me know what they say, and I'll keep track as well on my end so that we don't make sure, you know, we make sure we keep this client on track. So that's why I have a sticky here that says Ev's client, because I'm helping her out with this one. So I sent her this wellness profile, and I'm waiting for her to get back to me on answering some of the questions. And I've also attached a tracking sheet on the back. And I have all of these color-coded. And basically, I'm going to keep notes every time I follow up with a person. The date I followed up with them. What was the result of the follow-up? What did they say? What are their struggles? What are their challenges? I'm going to track their weight. I'm going to track their inches. Things like that. And obviously, the more and more I track, you know, I'll have to add new sheets to this. So I followed up with this particular client on April 2nd. All right, she is only a couple of days into her plan. They literally just got their kits last week. So I'm going to basically say that that was my day 1 follow-up. So now I'm going to move her back. Today's Friday, right? So I'm going to move her to Monday. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take her name and what's Monday's date. Monday is the 6th. So I'm going to find my April 6th tab in here. There it is. And now I am just going to rotate this particular client back here to the 6th. All right, so then when Monday comes along, I pull out all of my sheets again for all of the people that I need to follow up with on that day. And so I've got my tracking questions right here. You can see day 1 through 29, and then month 2, and then ongoing from there. There's specific questions. I uploaded this picture in the Team Go Getter group the other day, and you can also find it in Team Rockstar Coaches group. So that is what I've done with my handy-dandy little accordion here, is I have clients. For instance, here's a good example. I have a client that is in the middle of her last semester of college right now. She admits to being off of her plan. She says, I can't focus on anything other than getting through grad school this semester. I will be done in May. Hallelujah, thank God. She was like, I'll be ready to get back on board then. So I was like, great, no problem. What is, you know, when do you graduate? And she was like, oh, I'll be done, you know, the middle of May. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'm going to follow up with you on May 20th. Does that sound like a good day for me to follow up with you again, get you back on track and get you ready to roll? She's like, that would be perfect. Thank you so much. So all I did is I put her sheet, and I went ahead and I put it back here somewhere into May 20th. So again, apologize for the laundry. So that's kind of what I've done. I like having the wellness profiles attached so I can keep track of people. And I also have these color-coded. So like pink are clients, and then I have my blues that are either they're discounted members or they are brand new coaches, so they haven't moved up in the marketing plan yet. So that means that I need to make sure that they're still getting results on their plans, and I'm also coaching them along the way into getting started in their business. And then I have some greens in here somewhere, and those are for my people that are already supervisors in my organization. I still track them because they were still my client before they were my coach. So I still track them with their results to make sure that they're doing well. And green also means that I'm paying really good attention to them because I'm trying to help them get to their next level promotion, which is coming up pretty soon. So I have lots of different color codings in here. Some information that I keep in here. You know, I get a lot of materials from magazines. I do a lot of reading, so there's actually some really great articles in here. So I put this in here because I'm going to pull some articles out of that, and then when I've used up whatever I want in there, then I'll rotate it out with a new one. I always keep my product brochure in here so that if I'm on a follow-up call with somebody and they ask me some questions, I've got my, you know, my Herbalife Bible right there in front of me. I keep my extra wellness profiles in here. I keep my gauge sheets in here, and this is something we're going to have to go over on another video, but we definitely need to talk about our gauge sheets, so I keep those in here. And then, of course, I've got my extra color-coded sheets, and I keep stickies in here to leave important notes on people, like, matter of fact, I have the next one down here. This particular client, she's having surgery on Tuesday, so I've got a yellow flaggy note on there reminding me that she's having surgery, and you know, I want to make sure that I follow up with her before her surgery, let her know that I'm going to be thinking about her and wishing her well. And then I've got another sticky on there to state that I understand she's going to be in recovery for a while. So basically not to bug her, just to check in, you know, overall how you're doing, how'd the surgery go, blah, 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 blah. And then just kind of like leave her alone for a little bit. And then she'll keep getting moved back every couple of weeks until she's ready to say, okay, I'm good, I'm feeling good, I'm moving around, and I'm ready to get back into it. So guys, this is kind of how I have developed my follow-up filing system. Every day it's become a lot easier because now rather than me trying to cram through following up with 15 people in one day, I may only have 2 or 3 because I've now rotated them out based on this schedule. And the questions are all right here for you, what questions you should be asking at what stage in their game. Questions like how are they making their shakes, ask about their energy, ask if they're taking their tablets, review their original goals, encourage them, ask them about their appetite, ask them if they've had any results, ask them about has anyone noticed a difference in them, ask for referrals. That's a strong one for me. Ask for referrals. Everybody does it no matter where you go. Hey, if you got a friend that needs your haircut, send her my card, blah, blah, blah. So always ask for referrals. And but this is just kind of what I've started doing, and it's absolutely been amazing. It helps me stay focused. It helps me concentrate on specific people on a specific day. So I feel like I'm giving them actually better coaching. And you can follow up however you want, but the fortune is in the follow-up. I can't tell you how many people that I have lost, but I've gotten back simply because I followed up with them, or people that I had no idea were going through some certain struggles, and I was able to help them get through those struggles. So keep really good notes. Don't forget your clients because the fortune is in the follow-up. You treat your customers like gold, they're going to keep coming back, and that has absolutely been proven to me in these last few months, and my volume shows it. So you guys, I got to go get my day started, and if you have any questions about my filing system here or about the wellness profiles, just post them under this video. You guys have a great day. Bye.